Let's go and watch this next one since I'm already kind of talking about Israel. Um, so this is a video from France 24 English. This is called Israel Concerned Trump Could Decide to End War Unilaterally as Soon as Saturday. Um, I'm not so sure. I'm really not so sure. So this is one where I'm a little bit conflicted on. Because I like usually these types of things are somewhat there's some sort of like psychological operation, not necessarily on us, the people, but usually on Trump, I think. So like sometimes Israel will like leak stuff to the media in a way to like get the people around Trump on board to then go and tell him something to try and get him to proceed in a certain direction or not. So I don't know what this is. I'm going to see what they have to say and then I'll try and come to a conclusion.
Israel this Wednesday has continued to strike targets in Iran. That as Iran maintains its attacks on Israel, with air raid sirens sounding across the country this Wednesday. For more, we can cross now to Israel to speak with our correspondent in Jerusalem, Noga Tarnopolsky. Noga, I know that you've been in your bomb shelter at least 3 times in the past 24 hours. What's going on in Israel today, Noga?
That's right. I've been in several different bomb shelters, actually, because even just, an experiment like trying to go out for a drink in general these days ends up in a bomb shelter. What's going on in Israel is a lot of confusion. I have to tell you, my impression is that the Israeli authorities know as much about these talks as you and I do, which is saying quite something given how close the military alliance continues to be between the United States and Israel. But, while you were speaking just now with Reza.
I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I just don't think she has access potentially to the rooms. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they really are concerned or whatever. And like Trump isn't talking to them at all, um I'm not so sure.
We received a statement from the Iranian foreign minister, Arakchi, who said there are no negotiations. He said messages are being transferred back and forth, but there are no negotiations, and that he reiterated a very hard line for Iran. He said that Iran demands a complete end to the war and reparations for damages done. That's it. In Israel, the government appears to be just listening and waiting for these messages, and in particular for Donald Trump, so that today we have heard at the same time that the U.S. is significantly upping its military presence in the region.
Although to be fair, sometimes America does do that where they just like say, okay, fuck it, we're done, and then they just turn around and stop doing stuff, even like maybe without the input of Israel. They're usually so connected at the hip though that that's why I'm a little bit skeptical. But they kind of did that with the Houthis, I think, where America just said, yeah, we're done, and then like left, and then like Israel, I think, wanted them to keep bombing the Houthis or whatever. So like I guess there is a possibility, but I think that my real read of this though is that I think this might be playing into my idea that Trump is trying to just pump fake again with Iran and like try and like even getting Israel to go out there and be like, "Oh, we're concerned that America might be done by Saturday." But then like we're gonna see some like major escalation or major attack, including potentially like a ground invasion type thing before then or something. So uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking, guys, everything in my head is leading me to think that it's gonna be this Friday, that we're gonna send boots on the ground this Friday. So, um, be prepared for that if it's gonna happen. Be prepared to come watch my stream because if it's happening, I'll be here. I'll be here covering it, baby. Um, anyway, let's finish this real
Not in a
quick.
formation to defend Israel that has been quite roughly hit, but in a formation that could indicate even the deployment of ground troops in Iran. And at the same time, we're hearing genuine concerns from the Israeli government that Donald Trump could unilaterally decide an end to this war as soon as Saturday. So it's a bit of a chaotic sense here. And remember that the Iranians are also demanding that Israel halt its operations in Lebanon. So all of Prime Minister Netanyahu's statements saying that Israel is about to go deeper into Lebanon, that even if the war in Iran ends, the one in Lebanon will continue. All of his statements at this point are cast in doubt while awaiting whatever Donald Trump determines.
Noga Tarnopolsky reporting from Jerusalem. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Iran, you can generally trust, I think, like Iran's statements, I think, for what they want to end the war. They tend to be pretty reasonable compared with America or whatever, and they tend to just say everything out in the open about what they want. In the same way they kind of said everything out in the open about like what they would do if America like did this, right? They said, "Oh, we'll close the Strait of Hormuz, we'll bomb all these various locations in the Gulf states, we'll bomb Israel." Um, like they're very open about what they will do and like truthful about what they will do under what conditions. So I would kind of just assume that like their like statements for what would be required for peace is exactly what they're saying. And until America agrees to all of those demands, then the war is going to continue. So that's kind of my expectation, unless of course America escalates by putting boots on the ground, which is what I think they will do. At which point, we'll be into full-fledged occupation territory. It'll just be like Iraq 2.0, except a lot worse.